NCTV45, The Train, anytime on your time.
This program was provided through funding from Cedars Restaurant in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. A special thanks to Cedars, featuring Middle Eastern, Italian, and American cuisine. Today's program was furnished by a grant from the Beanery Depot and Deli, featuring coffee, made-to-order subs, and snacks. The Beanery Depot and Deli in Mahoningtown.
Cedars Sports Corner, everybody. I'm Alex Laverson, and with us, as always, is our producer, Mr. Angelo Parada. And second week of preseason going on. There's a lot of hate being spread towards the NFL, not just because of the whole anthem stuff, but now people are basically calling it flag football because of the Vikings and Jaguars game, where the Vikings quarterback got a penalty called on the... He was being roughed by the passer by the Vikings defender. And I don't have like a video clip to show all you guys, but if you just Google it or YouTube it, it was a joke. I mean, it was an absolute joke. The defender hit him, he fell down, and they called that roughing the passer. I honestly don't see it. It's... You guys would have to see it for yourselves. If you haven't already, you probably have.
Two teams, basically the Vikings, who could be going nowhere, and the Jaguars are probably going to the beach.
Well, no, I think the Vikings are gonna
go to the ice pond.
No, I think that they could be finally making it to the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, but that's a boom or bust type situation.
Well, that is true, and the Vikings are always very hit or miss. You know what I mean? It seems they haven't been consistent since, like, the...
Fran Tarkington days?
Well, that is
Super
true.
Bowl loss. Super Bowl loss. Super Bowl loss.
Hey, at least they made it, right? But, man, since, like, 2000 to 99 to 2003, the Culpepper Moss days, that's been it. They've just been so inconsistent. But, the point... Anyway, not to get off track, the point is, now the NFL has just been so, I feel like, watered down. It has been so, I understand, you want to prevent, head injuries and was a CTE in the brain or whatever it's called, but these are such drastic changes.
Well, the Browns, E.J. Grimes, may be out for the first 3 games.
That is something that just happens to the Browns.
Yeah, I mean, so think about that as you type. If we're going to go to NFL football, okay, we might as well take a look at what's coming up, because I don't want you to. Now tonight, it's going to be the Ravens and the Colts.
I'm not wearing any purple.
No, you got your
technically Raiders color. Raiders
on.
color. I'll say that.
It seems like you're a pretty defiant type person.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm a very anti-authority. Speaking of the Raiders, I'm very interested to see how Martavis Bryant does with them. At first I was kind of upset that the Steelers...
talking about the Colts and the Ravens.
All right, we'll get to Martavis Bryant later. Good.
How's Malik going to do tonight?
Honestly, I'm almost afraid for him because I'm so paranoid he's going to get hurt again. That's the thing with preseason football. It could be, obviously it's so valuable because, playing time, practice time, things like that. But man, what a killer it could be if you have a star player go down.
You know what the question is in Indianapolis?
What?
Do the Colts win with luck?
Oh, man. I think they'll win with luck. I think they're a very lucky team. I mean, we talked about this last show, the AFC South, the Jaguars, Colts, Texans and Titans. I still think the Jaguars are going to come out in that division. I don't know why you don't think so.
I think it's the Colts.
The Colts?
And I'm going to give you another thing. The Browns, true to form, lose by 2 to the Bills, 1917. Mm-hmm. So you could see they're warming up for their season of heartbreak, where they're just on the edge of winning and they go whoop, off the edge. Well, now, I did predict them to win 8 games, but given the fact that Grimes is out and, they may have to go scrounge up somebody from somewhere, get the monster out of the lake.
You know what? I don't know. I'm still... I don't know why you necessarily thought they'd win 8 games. You're not alone. A lot of people think they're going to be a surprise team in the NFL. And either way, it's going to be an improvement, from going 6 wins to even just 1, technically. But if you're the Cleveland Browns front office, we always talk about how dysfunctional their front office is, I realize. How many games does Hugh Jackson have to win with this team for him to keep his job next year? Because he's like 1-31 technically, or something like that the last 2 years.
I've explained to them, I'm free. Make the call down here. I'll come up. We'll get the mullich off the team. They'll start winning.
So we'll get Angelo to run the front office.
Okay.
But seriously.
No, I'm on the sidelines. Everybody's standing for the national anthem. We're going back to the orange and brown colors with the white uniforms. None of this...
Like brown pants type of...
Yeah, they look black, so you
I'm okay with the stripes being off, But, I feel even if Hugh Jackson gets, even 6 wins with the team, I might give him another year. But you want to see progress. I mean, like I said, if you even win 1 or 2 games, it's technically progress, but that's not progress at a fast enough pace. If they win 6 games...
If they get a tie, they made progress.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because we always talk about how the Browns have to have consistency, how they pull the plug so fast. On their coaches or players or whatever. Honestly, that's something the Raiders have dealt with for a while. Remember?
It's get a new coach, get a new quarterback, linemen get hurt, get a new coach, get a new quarterback, linemen get hurt.
Make crappy draft choices.
I
mean, I knew Johnny Manziel was a terrible draft choice. I think a lot of rational fans did.
Cleveland gets good players and ruins them. They're a factory for that.
The factory of sadness.
But we got to get to a break.
We're going to go to a break, and when we come back, I'm going to talk a little bit about Martavis Bryant and the Raiders, and if I'm still sorry that he's no longer on the Steelers. But for right now, let's take a break and a word from our sponsors.
Sylvan Heights Golf Course in Newcastle, Pennsylvania features many amenities, lush fairways, and great greens, and many challenging shots. Your crowd will applaud. A short drive from Butler, Sharon, Pittsburgh, Elwood, and Youngstown. It's Sylvan Heights Golf Course in Newcastle, Pennsylvania. Hey, Angelo Parada here for Croakers, Kegs, and Corks. And if that's not a mouthful, nothing is. But when you need a mouthful of that special brew, it's Croakers, Kegs, and Corks. Nothing tastes better than when you make it yourself. And I do some of that brew myself quite often. I like doing it. It's a great hobby, and it's something you could do. Croakers, Kegs, and Corks, located right in Union Township. Give them a try. This program furnished by the MAD Unit, Mobile Auto Detailing. See Michael Sad at themadunit.com. great dining experience.
To the Cedar Sports Corner, everybody.
How about the No Race American League?
The No Race American League.
Honey, don't let your children go up to be Orioles. They're
What?
50 games out, 51 and a half.
Wow.
They've submerged. They've gone below the Pirates. Now, look at this American League, and you tell me what you've got. Okay, out west, you've got a race with Houston and Oakland. No cheating. I got to ask you.
I can't see.
I got my eyes closed. Cleveland's up by 12, and Detroit's behind them by 21. So that's not even a race.
No, I mean, at this point, it's almost September. I mean, it's over.
Okay. And you got the Yankees 9.5, like 10 games behind Boston. So it's the American League. Are they going to be able to make it to the World Series because their teams are so far out in front? Now the Yankees lead by 4 games in the wild card in Oakland, so it's almost like you're going to have the Yankees and the A's in the wild card situation. But there's nothing in the American League. Now, when you go to the National League East, everybody's in first place. Matter of fact, let's go back here. And let's take a look at the National League. As we scroll down here, and I've been getting into this a little bit. Atlanta's up by 5 games on Philadelphia. And they still have a lot of games to play. Each other. So, who wins that? Because that's a 1-series turnaround.
Mm-hmm.
You're up 5, now you're only up 2.
I just don't want it to be Atlanta. I always disliked Atlanta because they always beat the Pirates when I was younger.
Okay, now let's take a look at the Central. Okay, you got the Cubbies up by 3.5 on Milwaukee and 4 on St. Louis, and you've got St. Louis going out to play the Dodgers, and it looks as though the Pirates are in a favorable schedule position where everybody starts wrecking each other. All the Pirates got to do is keep taking 2 out of 3 and be in.
To be fair, including myself, a lot of fans, even a lot of sports analysts and analysts, thought the Pirates' collapse would have happened by now. And here we are, almost September, and they're still above 500. So
now, as you go down the murky National League, you've got this. You've got the Dodgers who are 2 games out. They have to win, and that's my point. That puts the Cardinals in trouble. You've got Colorado who's half a game out, and they're chasing Arizona. So everybody's got to win to keep pace. And when you look at it from the wild card position, wow. Philadelphia, Colorado, Milwaukee, St. Louis, they're only a half game out. A game and a half for the Dodgers. And the Pirates are 5.5 games out. But here's the thing. They have the easier schedule. So, do the Pirates get the wild card?
You know what? My heart says yeah.
I see people in Pittsburgh eating hot dogs and pierogies in October because the Pirates are playing the Braves, but they're playing them at home. And here's the thing about the Bucks at home. They've been very fortunate in being able to win with home cooking. Now, you've got the Cardinals away at the Dodgers. You've got the Cubs away at the Tigers. You've got the Phillies and the Nationals pounding on each other. So it makes it look very enticing then Pittsburgh can win, and you say, okay, what happens after that series?
Mm-hmm.
Well, as we look towards the weekend, okay, and we get to Thursday, which is usually a travel day, the Phillies and Nationals are still banging on each other. The Braves go to the Marlins, and the Reds have owned the Cubs this year for some unbeknownst reason. Pirates take on the Brewers. That's the only glitch in the system where they got to play up in Milwaukee.
And we know, winning in Milwaukee, I always feel like, in my head, I always used to mark that off as, but basically a loss. I mean, traditionally it's been hard for the Pirates to win in Milwaukee. I'm not saying that's the case this year or anything like that, but it affects it goes to the psyche of the fans' heads.
Take your red pepper. It's like a corn and chill and a war off the. I know you have a green weenie, but you don't want to get road sick on the way up there.
And I also know that we need to take a break because we've been chatting for a while. So let's take a break, and now a word from our sponsors.
Parkstown Restaurant has been serving the greater Newcastle area with quality and experience in family dining and great entertainment. Their superb menu includes sides, wings, pizza, sandwiches, Italian entrees, American entrees, soups and salads. Parkstown Restaurant located at 2800 West State Street, Newcastle. Eat in or take out. Also, call Parkstown and ask about what's on tap for entertainment. 724-656-1453. 656-1453.
Today's programming is brought to you by NCTV45 and NC Radio 450, Newcastle's community television station. This program furnished by Sporting Goods, 23 East Washington Street, Newcastle. Call 724-658-2535. These fine businesses provided funding for this program. Gatherings, Town and Country, and On Target.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Cedars Sports Corner. And during our break...
I love this question.
I was chuckling, okay?
What's a green weenie?
I was maybe it makes me, immature because I don't know what it is, but our producer thinks it's hilarious.
I think it's like, this proves he's Mr. Cleveland. This proves it. In the 1960 World Series, it was take out the green weenie to put the hex on the Yankees.
What do you think about
The green weenie has been popular, was made popular by Bob Prince. You remember him.
I was born in 88, though.
It doesn't matter. You still see the Mazeroski hit the ball over the wall.
Yeah, I just never heard anything about the green weenie.
Oh.
I don't know.
We have the green weenie song. We have... I'll tell you what.
I know we have a green pierogi racing.
That's jalapeno Hannah. That's not the same as a green weenie.
I know, I just said we have a green jalapeno.
Do you know what babushka power is?
Polish meal, I guess.
A Polish meal?
Is that what babushka is?
Babushka power came out in the 70s. Okay. When we were playing the Orioles.
Again,
No
I was
wonder.
born in 88. How am I going to know this?
No wonder he likes the Ravens.
That doesn't even make any sense. I just never heard of it before. Listen, I'm as black and gold as they come.
Mike, you can't even, there's nothing you can say. I'm looking through the screen and I'm seeing you down there and you're going, oh my God, in Carnegie.
Listen.
Now, here's a question. Okay, are you ready?
Uh-huh.
Okay, what's Mapina power?
Mapina power? I can't even take a guess.
This guy, do you know what a Mapine is?
No.
It's a dish towel. You go around like this.
Like the terrible towel?
That's the Italian version, Mapina power. We had it up here in Newcastle.
Oh, I was thinking it might have
He's
been like...
transplanted. He's from Cleveland, I'm convinced.
I was thinking it might have been like, some Spanish.
UCF?
University of Central Florida.
Yeah, they're taking on Connecticut.
Normally, here's the deal. Normally, I wouldn't care. I'd be like, oh, who cares? It's two sorry schools, right? Well, no, UCF isn't sorry.
Well, they're 21 in the nation.
Yeah, I know. But, I'm just happy football's back. But we still, we still have about a little over a week, I would say, until...
Okay.
No, 2 weeks until, the real college football starts.
Well, no, wait. 10 days. He's always trying to cheat. See, I got him leaning now, Mike. I got him leaning. Utah State, Michigan State.
I have some respect for Michigan State because of what Pat Narduzzi did there. I'm not a Michigan State fan by any means or anything like that, but I have respect for Michigan State because that's a program that never recruits really well. They don't get those. They typically don't get 4 or 5 stars, but at least during the Narduzzi years, him and his staff would build up that program based on 2 stars or 3 stars, and they'd be competing in the top 10.
You got Western Kentucky taking on Wisconsin, and San Diego State, the Aztecs of San Diego State, who gave out a diploma when the guy graduated in 38. Did you see that on TV?
No.
They finally, I don't know what, some 80 years later, gave him his diploma.
Why'd they do that?
Because they forgot to give it to him back in 38.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
Still hope he put on his resume.
They're playing Stanford.
Well, I'll root for Wisconsin against Western Kentucky because I like Paul Chryst. He was a former Pitt coach. Great guy. Who else we got? Oregon State, OSU.
Wait.
See, we haven't talked about.
He jump frogged. San Diego State and Stanford.
I could care less about those 2 schools. I could care less about
May a sequoia fall and go boom.
Just yuck. Listen.
Okay, now wait. You cannot go jumping into September 1st. That'd be offsides. When we get to next week, we have to talk about September 1st.
Yeah, but listen, we could still...
Because there's so many important things.
This is one thing that's been happening that we haven't talked about. How about what's going on with this Ohio State scandal? A lot of people are saying Urban Meyer should be gone now. How do you feel about this?
Well, you got the thing at Ohio State. You got the thing in Maryland. And here is a question. Now, I just know from being here. When people come through the door, I don't go, and please, did you beat anybody lately? Did you kid? I don't know, and I don't even like Urban Meyers, but how are you supposed to know? Wait, hold it, let me frisk you down. Did you beat anybody? Did you whack anybody in the head? Did you kick the dog? I don't know. That conversation doesn't come up. You go into work, boom, everybody's doing their thing. But now, meanwhile, back at the ranch, some very important things to note. This weekend kicks off the very first football game, and you're kind of not aware of this. It's the battling Duquesne Dukes taking on UMass. That's the first football game of the season. You were trying to get ahead of yourself. Can the Dukes hold the line against UMass?
You know what?
Keep in mind, Duquesne football's gradually been improving.
I don't know enough about either of those 2 schools. I don't follow along too much to make an opinion. You'd be more qualified than me to make a call on that. I will root for Duquesne because I root for our local schools. The only thing I really know about UMass was that Chris Burns from New Wilmington, if I'm correct, transferred from Pitt to UMass.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, okay, so that's really the only thing I've really known about UMass. But obviously I'm going to root for Duquesne.
So that's the first game of the official football season, and I thought we had to mention it before we go.
Of course, we always have to end the show on your note, and that's fine. We'll let you have it.
We'll sing hurrah for the red and blue.
Are you more of a Duquesne fan or Notre Dame fan?
Listen, papal law says you cheer for the National Catholic Football Team, which is Notre Dame. But you can always defer back to your diocese.
So if they played each other, who are you rooting for?
I gotta root for the Dukes.
The Dukes, your alma mater. Yeah, you know what? I feel like there's so much more I wanted to say in the show. I really want to talk about the Ohio State Maryland thing, so we're gonna save that for next show, hopefully, unless you derail me, you change the subject. So next show, we're gonna be talking Ohio State and Maryland situation because I have some opinions on that, and I don't think a lot of people are gonna be happy with me. But I do have some unique opinions on that. But we'll leave that for next show, and hopefully that'll get you guys to tune in. So other than the Duquesne Dukes,
Mike, I want to know about the green weenie. He was all messed up about that. I gotta tell you.
I think
Let's go Dukes.
is that even a real thing, the green weenie? Or is that just one of your
No, it's a real thing. When he gets off here, he's going to be on that phone like you can't believe.
I was trying to search for it during the break, before we went on there.
Well, I caught him, Mike. I wanted you to know that.
So tune in to next week's show. I hope everyone enjoyed the show, and you all have a good one.
Caleb, send him a picture of the green weenie.
Don't do it. Don't
What do
listen.
you think about that?
A special thanks to the YMCA for caring about the Lawrence County community and providing funding for this program.